the style A color gray. Okay, this is being typed and save as style.css. Now we link with our original file and the link. Okay, and after the link, this is related to style sheet. Okay, REL and select REL. Within the double quote, you type style sheet. Automatically will come style sheet. Then we are linking with our file HR, like our hyperlink HREF. Then our style sheet file is style.css. Okay, that's it. I think. So this the style sheet, this file is linked with your index homepage. Okay, save this file. Now go to your browser, and this is the homepage. Okay, what we did, all the hyperlinks color has to be changed. That's what we gave the command here, right? All the whichever code, whichever hyperlinks being given in the homepage, okay, the color has to be changed to gray color. We have linked with the homepage. Now we see. Okay, you just see the difference, right? All the blue color has got changed. Now the underline is still remaining there, so we will remove the underline now. Again, it has to be done through style sheet and text decoration. Okay, because underline is a extra additional design value, so we have to remove that part. Text decoration is none, right? Select none.
Sir, can you show the index file once again?
Index. Okay. This is what we have done there. After the title, before the head. Okay. After the title, before the head, type link. Then REL. This coding related to style sheet. Okay. And style sheet, but it's all the coding has to be taken from our page. That's called style.css. We are linking our own CSS file. That's it. Once you link with your page, automatically whatever you are giving a value here, it will applicable to this page automatically. You don't have to do anything with the home page. All the changes has to be done in the CSS. Okay. Is it okay now? Okay. So now we have removed the hyperlink. Just save the CSS file. No need to go to your index page. Now go here and refresh that. So now see that all the hyperlink underlines are removed. Color got changed. Hyperlink underline be removed. But you see the difference. We wanted to change only the news headlines colors only. But by default, it's the other category links also getting changed. So we had to differentiate. This hyperlink is different, and headline hyperlink is different. We have to make a difference. Okay, so that we will do now. This is for we just type after A, type dot HL. So this AL, this A, the color gray and decoration none, applicable only to headlines. Okay, save this part. But it won't applicable to your homepage automatically. So we have to do minor changes in your homepage. Remember that we are giving one additional name to A.hl. HL means headlines. All the headline hyperlinks will take gray color. Remaining all the hyperlinks will be default value, but we will change it later. But as of now, we are changing only hyperlink colors, hyperlinks of all the headlines. Go to homepage, go to your hyperlink in headlines. Okay, this is a hyperlink for headlines. Indo-China reject China. Already typed it. I'll remove it. I'll type it again. So by default, it's a H1. Okay, H1, and that's a This is a headline for that. Within H1, no, not sorry, not the H1. Within the your A, okay, within the A related to H1, okay, within the A, type class equal double quote type HL. Give a space. That's it. Nothing else. Save this and go to your home page. Refresh that. So all the remaining hyperlinks will become blue color except the class HL. Now we will apply this HL to all the remaining hyperlinks of headlines. Just copy this. Go to next headline. Here, paste it and give a space. Then third headline, paste it, space. Then fourth headline, paste it, space. And fifth one. Save this. Now go here, refresh that. Automatically all the headline hyperlinks got changed. Our category hyperlinks are remain in the blue color. We will change it that part. And tell me whether you are following it properly now. See, we are changing the hyperlinks of headlines only. So by CSS, if you type A in it got change all the hyperlinks available on the page. But we don't want that. We are segregating only hyperlink of headlines has to be in a gray color. The other hyperlinks we will change in different color. Okay, that's why we put A.hl. Any headlines having a hyperlinks that takes gray color and without underline. Okay, and that has to be linked with your page two ways. One, primarily the file is being linked. Secondly, every hyperlinks wherever the headline is there, we have to put the class HL. Remember, the HL comes from A.hl. If you type HL, automatically the whatever value under the HL, it's applicable to headlines. Okay, class HL, and all the hyperlinks we put HL, right? It's got changed. Now, suppose if you don't want a gray color, you want a different colors. For example, red color if you want for all the hyperlinks. Go to style sheets and remove the gray, type red. Save and go refresh that. So this is a benefit of style sheet. In one click, you can change the color of the entire page. Okay, we haven't done anything with the headlines. We haven't gone into the HTML file. We did everything through style sheet. Okay, if you don't want red, if you want green, type green. Save this and go to your page, refresh that. Green. So that's the easiest way. Now you can understand that we are changing the design. We are delinking the design from the HTML. Okay, this is one example I'll give. Of course, we don't want to keep hyperlinks of headline in green color. We will keep it in a gray one. Okay. Now, this hyperlink will change. This is category hyperlinks. But basically, the blue underline is now normally it won't look nice. Background is a black color. It should be white is better. Okay. White color.
Sir, sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, tell me.
Sir, last time we didn't use HL. We just used A and the color in the style sheet. So why are we using HL this time? So that it is applicable only for the headlines and not for the bar above.
See, Divya, this is Divya.
Sir, Vandana.
Vandana, okay. Vandana, I'm just removing HL from here. Okay.
Yeah.
And it's now just like like last week, whatever we did that. We'll apply. Don't worry that.
And we applied hovering. After applying
we will come to that. We will come to that. But now I'll differentiate what is the difference between A and A.hl. Okay.
Okay.
Now A is right. Now go to the page refresh that, and in this page there are about 5 plus 5, 10 links. Okay, all the 10 links gets one value, gray color, right? But we are creating a difference. Our hyperlinks of all the headline hyperlinks will be in gray color, but a category hyperlinks will be in white color. How do we make a difference? Then we have to differentiate the two hyperlinks. One hyperlink takes a value of white color, and another hyperlink takes care of gray color. We have to differentiate. If you type only A, by that will become a global value. In the A, any hyperlinks the page takes the default value of gray color. This is what we have given instruction. That we have to break that. Okay, that's why we are giving this hyperlink for headlines only. We save this one, and when you refresh that, automatically category hyperlinks got delinked. But only the headlines are getting a gray color. Now we will create a hyperlink for category A dot category. Okay, and put the color as white. And again text decoration. None. Save this. And again, small changes you have to do in your HTML page. Go to category hyperlinks. Okay, category hyperlinks here. Just type class equal cats. Okay. And since we have to type it the same way, copy this and paste it in all the category based hyperlinks. Only that way. Automatically it takes a value of category. That's a white color. Save this and go to the page, refresh that. So now we have two links. One hyperlink blue, white color, another hyperlink gray color. Okay, and now you can understand the difference. If you type only A, automatically it takes a global value. All the hyperlink get changed. Now, but we are differentiating one hyperlink for headlines, another hyperlink color for category. Right? We are differentiating that. This is nothing to do with the news, and this is for news. That's why we are differentiating that. Now we'll come to that your point over, right? Whenever hyperlink, whether the users will know whether hyperlink is available or not. Okay, and A dot HL colon over, and here you type that color red. Okay. So just go and click that, and it takes the red color automatically. But in a category, we haven't given any link so far. Okay. So only for hyperlinks of headlines, you can change to red color. And if you want to change the category over also, we can do like this. A dot category colon over color. To make a difference, we will use a gray. Okay. Difference that, and this is a red color, and this is a gray. You can see the difference. Okay. All the category over will be gray. All the hyperlinks over will be red. Okay.
Sir, I have a question regarding the style sheet.
Okay.
How we can create the style sheet, or how we can get it?
See, there are two ways in which style sheet can be incorporated into HTML. One, so far we have learned in the earlier classes that we can type the style sheet within the HTML page itself. Okay, and that's a very limited way, because if you type it in one HTML page, that style applicable to that page only. And if you want to link one style to all the pages, then what we are doing right now, that's a correct way. Do the style, create a style sheet coding in a separate page, link with the HTML page. Okay, and that's the easiest way of doing that. That's what we are doing right currently. Okay, I'll continue that. And, so now we have changed the only hyperlinks. What we will do next is we will change the headlines font family, because font for headlines always preferable font family is sans serif. Okay, sans serif is a better way of reading. It gives a better readability. You know the difference between, right? Sans serif and sans serif, right? Serif is a Times New Roman. For example, if you look at the R, in the R you will have extra growth, right? I, D, R, and R. This is a kind of extra growth called serif. And if you don't want the serif, it's called sans serif. Sans serif means without extra growth. And the best example is Times New Roman is a serif, and Arial is a sans serif. Sans serif is a very plain R or I or C or alphabet without any extra growth. Okay.
So it's a Gothic font.
You got it?
Yes, sir. So it's a Gothic fonts, na? Sans serif.
By HTML, the default value is a Times New Roman. That's a serif. But we'll change it to sans serif.
Okay.
Whatever the sans serif, whatever by default, that takes care. But that's extra. There is no extra growth in that. Okay, and just type H1. Then bracket. You put a font family sans serif. Same. And since it's only H1, we haven't given any extra additional value. So no need to change anything in HTML file, because we have given only H1 only. Okay. See the H1 only. So there is no need to add anything in the HTML file. H1, all the H1, the font family is sans serif. Save this, go here and refresh. So you can see the difference. Okay. And this has a better readability compared to the Times New Roman. Okay. But now we have applied only to H1. So we will apply to, this must be H2 and this must be H4, I think. We will check it, then accordingly we will change it. And this is H1, second is H2, third is H3, H3, H3. Okay. What we have to do, and copy this. Paste it and change it to H2. Then paste again and change it to H3. All the headlines takes a sans serif value. Go here and refresh. So all the headlines got changed into sans serif. Okay. And then this is a maximum we can do, like in the home page. We will do more in the other classes, but basically I want to introduce only this much in the home page. We'll go to inner home page, okay, inner news story. And here also we change that. Go to Indochina HTML, and here also link that. Link. Relational path. I'll sheet. Let's reference. Save. Whatever we have given a value like A, then H1, H2, automatically it's applicable here also. See the difference, and see the its background is white, automatically that's also changing. Here we'll change it to black color. Okay, that's easy to understand because that's what we gave. earlier. Right? You got it. This is common, and this I think you can copy this line and paste it in all the pages and save that. So whatever value you are typing here in one page, and it will be applicable to all your 6 pages. Okay.
We have to add category on each page, sir.
See, for headlines, we haven't defined any category. Any H1 is a sans serif. Any H2 sans serif. Any H3 sans serif. Okay. So only thing is you have to define your style sheet only. Okay. Only style sheet we have to refer H1, H2, H3, H4 because we have used only H1, H2, H1 or H2 in your pages only. So no need to do anything in the HTML file. Only you have to define all the H1 is a sans serif. Okay, and if you want to do, you can do little more. All the H1, the color is red. We can say it will be applicable. Okay, and if you go here and refresh that, and it's become a red. Okay, so I'm not doing anything, any changes in the HTML. I'm playing around in the CSS only. Okay, if you don't want red, type green. Okay, and go here and refresh that, and it's become green. Remember
Sir,
that
headlines
we
are
are not doing
changing.
anything in HTML. HTML file we are not touching at all.
Sir, I was saying, sir, while saving the file,
Okay.
yes, whatever we have done, sir, we have did, it's over, sir. But while saving the file and get in output, the headlines are changing. They are changed to Arial, but the categories that we have defined, that, so they are not working. So home, about us, they are similar as before.
Okay, for the news page you are saying.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'll come to the point. Okay. Okay, what you're saying, and here you got the change of color, right?
I didn't get the change in color.
Okay, basically, Rajnish, all the hyperlinks, okay, category hyperlinks is the white color, right? And when you move the mouse, then it changes to gray color. And we have defined all the hyperlink in the headlines will be gray color, and hover is the red color. Okay, we have defined like that only. Accordingly, here there's no headline hyperlinks, so there's no need of applicable to HL. But the category got applied here. But remember that this news headlines are not changed because we haven't defined that part. Okay.
Sir, no, sir. I was saying, sir, in home page they are working perfectly, but
Okay.
while opening the news,
Mm.
the categories are not working. They are similar as before.
Okay, fine. And go to category in the HTML page, Indochina.html, or whichever file you are working. Okay, after the A, just type this part, category.
Oh, okay, sir. I was missing this part.
Okay, type this part, and it will take care of it. Okay. Okay, and I'll come to the point. We have defined category hyperlinks. We have defined H1 hyperlinks. We haven't defined internal news headlines. Okay, so we will define that. Since only 3 categories of hyperlinks we are dealing with. One is any headlines hyperlinks or category hyperlinks. All the remaining hyperlinks takes a default value, white color. We can define it like this. Go to style sheet, and after the A category, just type A. Any A, it takes value of white color. So we don't need to do anything in the HTML because already all the hyperlinks are starts with A only. Okay, so no need to do anything, and go here and refresh that, so automatically it becomes white. Okay. Now we'll do one more changes in the paragraph. Okay, paragraph. If you want to align, or if you want to change the font size or font color, that can be done in the style itself without doing anything in the HTML. Okay, and go the last line. P, because that's what we are generally using, P for paragraph. So any value, if you put it inside the P, HTML file gets automatically get changed. Okay, and here font family. Okay, sans serif. Serif is better. Then font size. I'll use large, and then. So now you can see the difference. Little better than earlier one. And though I won't recommend changing the font color, but at least for learning purpose, you can understand a little bit. But this is not recommended for any news website. But you can change the color into. But only remember that only for learning. Color we are changing, and we are changing the background color also for the paragraph. Though it's not recommended, but for the learning purpose, I'm doing green and yellow. So it got changed automatically. Okay. But remember that this is not recommended for news website. So we'll.
Sir, here why didn't we write BG color instead of background color?
Background color, BG color, you have to use it in HTML. Okay. And
Okay.
not in a CSS. Background color, you can say white. So we can change that, remove that. And see, these are bold and italics. That colors also, if you want to change, all the bold takes one color. That I think you can play around. B color, gray, text decoration, underline. Okay. It will get applicable to the entire thing. So see that it got changed. And the PTI is italics, so we change the italics also. I color green. So this is how the content being incorporated through HTML. All the further design and everything we are doing through CSS. There are a lot more in the CSS, but I think today's class I'll restrict only with the text only, and just for sake of understanding only. I changed the color of hyperlinks. We have changed the color of H1. We did something for paragraph.
Sir, even after we link a file to the home page or any other particular page, after linking also we have to make further changes, like we were adding a and then the class.
See, if it is a very global value like H1, H2, P, or bold, or italics, this is normal HTML coding. We generally use this kind of coding in content editing. Okay, so when you want to define H1, just put a H1 and whatever the value you want to put that, and link that style sheet with your HTML page here. Okay, only that much sufficient. Automatically, all your H1 takes the value of all your H1 takes the value of your style sheet. No need of any further editing, right? And you save both the file CSS and HTML file, and automatically whatever value you type in H1 is applicable to HTML file. But when you create a categories, okay, I don't want one value applicable to all the pages. For example, in a page you may have different kinds of hyperlinks. One kind of a hyperlinks category, another one is the news headlines, another one is like a news page. Inside the page we have the left small links. So there are three kinds of hyperlinks. How do we differentiate them? If you put only a color gray, then all the hyperlinks will change into gray. Okay, that we don't want. That's why we put that. Okay, gray color only for headline. That's why we put a dot h1, h1. Okay, then the category part will take white color for all the category. Then remaining all the hyperlinks will be white color. Okay, when you create this kind of a category, separate category within the hyperlink, then minimal kind of editing has to be done in your HTML page. Okay, for example, in the category page. Category page, when hyperlinks you want to take white color, you have to type only this much class, because we are identifying that this hyperlink, it takes a value of cat. That's a cat is being defined here. Okay, only we are defining that cat. Otherwise it takes a. We are differentiating the cat and the a. That's why class cat, only that much you have to define. You have to edit that and save that. Then file is okay. But basically remember that when professionally you want to design a page, they will define a CSS in advance. Then they'll go for HTML. Okay. The design is being, the template will be created. They'll create a template. Okay. We are going to use H1 and this is a color, this is a font family, this is a font size. Define it in a CSS. And when HTML, you are typing the content, if it is H1, or if it is H1, kind of learning class teaching level, we can't go to CSS first, because first you need to know the HTML, then only we can apply to CSS. So that's why we are going a little reverse. But if we go to industry, they'll go CSS first, they'll define the CSS, then they'll design HTML. They'll go in a reverse.
Sir, I had a query. Like just how we are differentiating between the hyperlinks, that for headlines it is different and for the other categories it's different. So the same way can we do for other things also? Like for example, if I want that all the first paragraphs of all news stories should be bold because they are the lead, so can I create similar class equal to in the p tag in the HTML file?
Sir, and in case we have more than one categories, then we can write CAT1, CAT2.
You can see this is like a file name. The intro, whatever you're doing, right? It's like a file name. You can write IGNOU, you can write India or Calcutta, any name you can give. 1, 2, 3, anything can be done. Okay. But
so for then the class, we can give any name then, like
but in HTML you have to identify class equal to 1, 2, 3 or Calcutta or Delhi or Chennai.
So we can give our own category name then, or whatever we want.
Kanak Yadav also you can give.
Okay.
Sir, so in HTML, we only need to do the editing of the categories.
Yes, when we are going for any particular, like Kanak was saying, I want the first paragraph bold, little bigger, and the remaining paragraphs normal. So you are differentiating the P. 2 P is required. One is a normal P where we have defined it one, but we want a special first paragraph. It has to be different. So you put that P dot intro. Whenever you differentiating the one common value, it has to be differentiated in the HTML file. Okay, HTML file, for example, here if you go in the story, the first paragraph she will introduce. Okay, here class equal to, I think we put intro. Okay, intro, and that's only this part. And remaining P, because I haven't put the P. Okay, remaining P. All the remaining P will be normal value. And if you go story and change that, P dot intro color black, and okay, I haven't changed the color. I make it red. I think it will give some difference. Right. So first paragraph is red, all the remaining black. And you can play around with the intro. Suppose red color and underline, bold, whatever you want. The remaining P is normal, like that. But this has to be differentiated in your HTML. That's the only difference you have to do it. Okay. in the in the P, you just introduce your category, and all the remaining P, there's no difference. Okay? All the P is normal, so it takes a normal value. Like that, you can create n number of paragraphs, n number of values for H1. Even H1 also you can do that. And I want the first story H1 is a different font. All the remaining H1 is a different color. You can put a H1 first, H1 dot first, or H1 dot second. Like that, you can create. You can create, go on, whatever you want to category you want. But appropriately, it has to be linked with the HTML. That's the only difference you have to do.